Midnight Ramen is a minimally edited, live recorded podcast that takes place at midnight. Although Michael may not be consuming food, it's time to get your bowls out. It's chow time.
But welcome back to you. Break stride, sailing me. Free falling, choose my enemy. Free from the things you say. It will all come back someday.
Good evening, gamers and other folks alike. I hope y'all are having a great night tonight. If you want to see this happen live, you can go to twitch.tv/SmeltAlert, original all one word, where you can watch this and the after show happen live, midnight Central Time. Blah, 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 yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. But if you miss it, you can always catch the VOD for up to 2 weeks on Twitch. But if you miss that, you can go to YouTube, where you can not only watch this, but you can watch the edited version of all of the things on there. All 92 at this point. But yeah. And I also have like a TikTok. I also put other videos on my YouTube as well, which one should be coming out soon. That's actually really good. That's actually really, really good. But if anyone was listening in stream beforehand, you're gonna notice a little pattern of the music that was playing. It was made by a little known friend of the show stream, and I've used him in a lot of videos for music and featured in one of videos as well. The one, the only. How you want to introduce yourself?
What's going on, party people? It's me. I'm Outsider.
And my god!
It's been a long hiatus since I've been on the show, but we're back on the show.
Let's check what episode that was. Let's actually check what episode that was, because I think it was like 40.
Good God, yeah. It's been a while. It has been a while.
Actually, I know which one it is. I would have to win. bro went. Yeah. When I see Outsider, I'm just like, I do that Bizzo Chico thing. I don't know if you've been on like TikTok, where there's like this guy with the dog from Toy Story 1, that kind of like, I don't know what, like Frenchie or whatever. It's got like a ridge nose. I don't know what it's called.
Oh, wait. You mean like the really like shitty looking? Yeah.
That like kind of mean dog. It was like Sid's dog. Yeah. Like that like dog. Yeah.
Dog? Yeah. Okay,
like he has two of those. And then he has them like in situations, and he's like, and he's always giving like the
bull terrier.
Yeah, bull terrier. Yeah, bull terrier. And it always does like the Bizzo Chico or something like that. And it's hilarious. I think it was episode 36. That's the one that I just found offhand. I think he might have been on another time, but I feel like that was probably
I remember at least the one, and I don't remember what we talked about, but that
was
mama. A long time ago. Hey now.
You're a rock star. Well, a lot has happened in that time.
Yeah. So much so that I'm now, wouldn't you know it, getting married. In 4 days.
4 days.
Now that it's 12:03, it is 4 days.
Oh my god, it is 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
4 days till.
Which is crazy.
Oh my god, these snacks do not want to open. I'm opening some snacks because for once I can actually eat on the podcast. Would you care for a bonbon? I got some bonbons.
Oh yeah. Did you order those or did you find those?
No, I got them from the candy store. Because I think you mentioned in the Discord.
Yeah. I feel like they're a lot more American than they seem, because they seem like, because I think most people know those. Like if you've been in a French class in the United States, you've like French club at whatever your school was probably sold them.
Holy shit, they're chewy.
Like, and I used to buy those from French
And they're
Club all the
hard.
time. Yeah,
They're
but they're
hard and chewy,
so
like
good.
me.
They're so good though. I haven't had them since high school, I don't think, but um, I used to have Charlotte get them for me because she was in the French
French.
class.
Yeah, she was
So
a French minor.
well, not yet. She was
Whoa.
going to be.
She was going to
She
be a
was.
French
She
minor.
wasn't even at that point yet, so that's extra scary.
She went for being a
Yeah,
minor, and you were a minor as well, because like we don't want to get any
yeah.
weird bullshit up in
Although,
here.
if we're being real,
Mm-hmm.
there was a time where she was 18 and I was 17. Okay.
So if anything,
if anyone
if
was dating a
anyone's
minor
supposed to
at the
be
wrong
canceled,
time, it's
sure.
her. So
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying, there was never a time when she was a minor and I wasn't. So I'm just throwing that out there.
It's crazy how much
So,
of that shit's going around these days.
so I am a child bride.
You're also a child of
Not her.
divorce.
I'm a child of divorce. Dude, I don't think I'll ever be able to hit it as hard as I did in that clip. And I don't even have the original context anymore. I have that clip. Well, and I mean, like,
oh, and yeah, I
think
know.
we're
I know we
talking
have the
about
clip.
stuff.
I have the
I don't
clip
have, like, the
is still
whole
saved.
thing though. I
But
have the clip, but I don't have like what
I think we
led
were
up to that, you know?
I think we were roasting you, or like you were getting absolutely shredded in Apex.
Someone was making fun of me for having divorced parents, maybe. I don't know. And then I was like,
I think I was in there, but I wasn't like the one that got it to happen.
yeah. But what a good clip.
What a good clip.
You know, and I think something else to reflect on. I mean, you know, wedding, whatever. But like, we also gotta realize that it's almost been 3 years
Since we've
Is it
started
the
streaming.
third?
Yeah.
The third
Yeah, we're
stream
getting
anniversary
close.
is this fall, which is crazy because, I mean, 2021 feels like 100 years ago. It feels like I've been streaming my whole life, and it also feels like I just started, you know? But I just have so much fun with it. But also, like, it's so weird to look back on clips like that are like
Oh, wow.
memes, and like we have memes in our social groups, in our Discord, whatever. Like even that GIF on my alerts of me leaving out the door.
Oh, yeah.
That was that door.
You leaving
that
out the
was,
door.
Like, that was a long time ago.
The gif of
And
you
it's
leaving the
weird.
door. Oh, yeah, that's from the Goblin video. The one that everyone was making Goblin jokes about.
And that itself is old as fuck. And
I
it's just
have
weird.
to ask though.
Yeah.
Did you know Fart Buckle? Like, you know, a lot of people are really but did you know him? Like, even I knew him.
You know what? People have been asking me that a lot,
Mhm.
and you know what? I don't think I knew him as much as I wanted to. You know?
Yeah, I mean,
It's
goblins
just
tend to
like,
be that way.
I like met him a couple times. Like, I don't want to sit here and be like we were like buddies, because like I feel like everyone does that when someone dies. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
but you know
no.
what? The truth is, he's gone, and I wish I got more time to get to know him. You know?
Yeah, I think
just really sucks.
the last time, it's like the last time that you say goodbye to someone, you don't know it's going to be the last time.
Yeah.
But for him, like, I thought it was like I was going to see him next Tuesday. Like, I was going to come, like, on the way back home, I was going to visit Fart Buckle, and now he's gone. He had to save the crystal to save the party. Like,
he just had like this.
What a noble sacrifice, though.
Like, he was always just really genuine. Like, in every interaction, like, I mean, you never know when it's going to be the last time you talk to somebody, but I feel like he really felt that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he was always just like, just saying how he felt. And sometimes he didn't even have to say that because he was kind of a quiet guy, I feel like.
I mean, he was quiet, but he was like goofy,
But
you know?
you could
You
feel
could
it. Yeah, like
feel.
you could feel it in just what he did,
Mhm.
and like just his spirit was
Yeah,
just out
his
there all the time.
yeah.
And it's hard to find that in a person, but like like what the hell?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
I had to ask
It's
not to like, assume
no, yeah.
assume as for you as someone that also is a goblin, but
Yeah.
even I knew him. And that's like saying something.
It's hard like when you don't know somebody that well, but they just have such a huge impact on your life
Mhm.
and like the people around you, like it's just it's impossible to find a way through it where nothing feels different, you know?
Mhm.
So it's he's gone, and it's just like gonna be that way forever,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah, I don't know how to feel anymore without
Yeah,
fart
that's
buckle.
just awful.
Just awful.
But you know what? I know that he would want us to be happy, and he'd want
Mhm.
us to live our lives the way that he would want to. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do on Monday when I get married to my
Uh-huh.
beautiful, beautiful fiance Charlotte.
And you can finally make my wife jokes.
Yes,
You could say my wife
authentic my wife jokes. Yeah,
authentic.
we've we've already kind of started like the last week and a half. I think we've already kind of started, just
Mhm.
referring to each other as husband and wife, just because it's so, dude. The
Mhm.
worst thing about engagement, well, two things. One is not just getting to marry her immediately.
Mhm.
And two, having to get used to saying fiance and then going to wife,
Going to
husband,
wife, yeah.
you know. But fiance is so many more syllables than all of the other words.
Wife.
Fiance, three syllables. Like, why?
Ride wife. Life good. Wife
Yeah,
fight back.
imagine if you had to say
Kill
fiance.
wife. Mhm. Like
Yeah, it's too many syllables.
ride fiance. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Nah. Life. Eh.
Life, all right.
Eh.
It's
Fiance fight
okay, I
back.
guess.
All right.
Yeah, sure, whatever, dude. Like, go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever you say.
I like how in the whatever 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes that we've been on, we've not only tried to cancel your wife, we've talked about
It's
trying
been 10 minutes. Damn, that's
we
crazy.
tried to we tried to kill her, and we talked so long about fart buckle.
Dude, I'm really lucky that I started seeing those TikToks,
Oh
because if I
yeah.
hadn't, I would have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
This is
Um,
this is for stream to
Here's
know.
my ring
I don't want to know where you put it.
on my finger, bro. Look at this.
Ah.
It's a oh god, I feel like such a nerd for this, but it's a Chrome Hearts ring. Because I found one that was on sale, and this is
Hmm.
sterling silver, so it's nothing crazy. But I was like, hey, some sort of silver. It's pretty good. It's a spacer ring, so it's a little bit thicker than a normal
Ah.
wedding ring. But I didn't want to get, like, I was looking around at rings for a long time, and like typical men's wedding bands are like so boring.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I do want just the metal band, whatever, but like, I don't know. When I found this one, it just kind of spoke to me. And this is technically a designer brand. So,
Designer
literally, I'll be
blend.
wearing
What do
chrome
we?
hearts. I'll be wearing chrome hearts all the time. But the sucky thing is, I've run into a couple problems.
Mm-hmm.
Problems that will be addressed very soon when I can start wearing this on the other hand. But I was wearing this a lot. I bought this a long time ago because
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was traditional for men to wear their ring on their right hand. But I found out, like, literally as soon as I bought this, that's not really what people do most of the time. Michael Bublé does it, and a lot of millennials, I think, do it. But technically, that's not a thing. And so I was like, what the hell, man?
That doesn't sound right. Because I feel like you
What
would
doesn't?
want it on your right hand.
Well, no, it's just like men don't really wear
Oh.
engagement rings
Oh.
unless like you were
Oh,
proposed to.
engagement
So
rings. Yeah.
yeah, right. Yeah. So like wedding ring, yes.
Yeah.
But like so I was like, I felt a little dumb because I was like, oh man, everyone's gonna see me wearing it and then be like, what are you, gay? I'll be like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just look at them.
But so I sized my finger. I bought a ring sizer and everything, and I tried my hand at it myself. Ordered it. This came from Hong Kong, and I had to return it.
Yeah.
Which I remember, because I needed a smaller size. I got it like way too big. And I
Yeah.
remember returning it, and I had to do it like manually myself, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I took it to the UPS store and I gave it to him, and I was like, yeah, I just need to ship this back to Hong Kong. And as soon as I said Hong Kong, they were like, dude, I don't know what you're shipping, but straight up, just because of that, that's like $500. And I was like, or not $500. It was like, I don't remember. It was a lot of money though. It was like, I don't know, maybe like $100
Oh,
shipping or
yuck.
something. But see, the thing is, so, well, one, I was like, well, I kind of need a different size. But also, this ring was like 40% off. So I'd already saved like a ton of money on
Yeah.
it. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, wow, that sucks. But, as so it all turned out okay. Like, I don't really,
Yeah.
everyone was very, worked with me a lot, and it was a very easy process. Um, but yeah, so like, I had to size it for my left hand, but also I was like, well, I know I'm going to be wearing this on my right hand for a bit, but it's sized for my left hand, right? So it fits better on my left
Mm-hmm.
hand. But I'm wearing it on my right hand. And so like basically your hydration level can affect how well jewelry fits.
Huh.
So I bought this ring, I sized it, and then I started taking creatine, which for those
Uh-oh.
uninitiated, that helps your body retain water in your muscles.
In
Your
your
hands have muscles.
muscles.
So yeah, like it was a little bit harder to get off on my right hand, but when I started hydrating like crazy and taking creatine, it was very like I would wear it every day, but I don't because it hurts so bad to take it off, which hey, you know, that that makes a lot of sense. It's a
Yeah.
wedding ring. You
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't take it off. But like when I want to go to the gym, I'm like, I'm not gonna wear this because I don't
Yeah,
want to
no. You don't
destroy it.
wanna wreck it.
Um,
Wreck
but it
your
fits so much
fingers.
better on my left hand. Like on my right hand, I have to like get my finger, like I have to put some water on it for this to slide on properly. Or I have to use like soap, like dish soap. I know. There's so much weird shit that I could be
Yeah,
related to.
just listen to this conversation without any
Yeah, yeah.
context.
Close your eyes.
Close your
Like
eyes
it's
and
just
bathe
it
in the glow.
fits, but I have to like make it slide in better
Mm-hmm.
because otherwise it hurts, or it just cuts off all the circulation because it's so tight.
Yeah, you don't want that. And when you're cutting
I
off
don't want that.
circulation,
No.
then
So I have to
you
use
don't
soap
feel
because
it.
it's just this bone that it has to get over.
Yeah.
It's the bone that stops it. Everything
Yeah.
else
A
is
bone.
fine. But on my left hand, it's normal. It just goes right on, which is I thought was going to be concerning because I was like, well, if it goes on that easy, it's going to come off easier, and it doesn't really. And I've tried it a couple times.
Womp.
I'm not going to do it now because that feels like blasphemy at this moment. Because I gotta wait. I gotta wait till marriage before I put
Wait
it
till
put
marriage.
it on, I guess. Um, But yeah, so I know it's gonna be easy. Charlotte and I kind of joked about that because she's like, "Hey, so I'm gonna have to put this on your hand
Oh
for the
God.
ceremony." are you gonna like? Am I gonna need to get dish soap to do that? I'm like, well, I don't think so.
just
I think on my left hand it should be fine.
just give it a little
So I'll
dead
tell
meme
her
on
I'm-
it, the Huck Tua on the hand. It'll
Oh
get
my
on.
god, can you imagine like
Oh my
spitting on someone's
God.
finger and then putting that would be
Oh,
fucking insane.
insane.
That would actually be really funny though.
It would be.
I don't want that to happen
Smash
at my wedding,
cut.
but like that would be really funny.
Smash cut to your wedding, and
would
it's
love
all of a sudden. Oh,
Hawk Tua. I love, like say what you will about that, but saying Hawk Tua in the most like deadpan, like lowest
Tua.
effort way possible is really funny.
Yeah.
Hawk Tua. I don't know.
Man, I love how that meme died, crashed and burned.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Well, I mean, tell that to 40-year-old coworkers.
Oh yeah, no,
because it's still
and alive and breathing.
I know people have kind of like shit on what's her face for everything, but you know what?
Get that bag.
Like what? Yeah, what are you gonna like? What do you think's gonna happen? Like, she could also just be a really neat person. I mean, think of how many people started off as memes and then ended up being like actually
Jimmy
like,
here, literally like
yeah,
it's Wednesday, my dudes.
Yeah. Or like, I mean, like most people on the internet, they have like one thing that pops off and then they turn it into a bunch of other stuff. But that's what people on the internet do. Like, you got to make a business because people know that being on the internet is not by itself
attention
for the rest of your life,
Attention. John Wick needs your help. He needs that money to get a gold scar and get that victory royale.
And
to
I
get
still
it.
follow voiceover Pete.
I shall too.
Like, is not.
He's not as
famous.
Yeah.
But he promoted his business with that. And I mean, he's probably like doing way better than he was.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, dude, he probably could have retired just off that meme.
Just off of that
for however long that was. But yeah, so I don't know. Like, it's definitely crazy because, well, and it's not all her doing too.
Oh yeah,
like,
no.
This blows up, right? I don't think she was immediately out looking for management. I think she was approached
because like originally it was like part of like one of those like reactionary things, like out on the streets, like the Tonight Show used to do that sort of thing, and other talk shows would go out on the streets and just get reactions of people, and they were doing that to drunk people in like Tennessee. It's like, yeah, that's what you're gonna get.
I do think it's really funny that she got super crazy famous, and I don't think anyone knows the name of the actual show that she was on.
Like, don't know.
Yeah, and I just think that's crazy that like this blew up, and I'm sure they got a lot of not nearly Hawk Tua levels of fame, but yeah, like, I mean, that's what happens is like someone gets famous and then management company's like, hey, we will make you money and you'll make us money.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how the business works. That's not bad, but it's just like, it's just crazy. It's like being an ambulance chaser, but like for talent representation.
Talents and trends, yeah. Yeah.
So you wait for some meme to blow up and then you chase the ambulance and you say, hey, I'll sue whoever did this to you if you pay me. So I don't know. And you know what? And I think our background specifically in like the ethics and whatever, like all those classes. I mean, like, I think one of the biggest things that we talked about that has stuck with me is like, you do kind of have to sell your soul, not sell your soul, but you do have to. It is
to sell yourself, yeah.
Yeah, you do kind of have to turn yourself into a little bit of a business, and that doesn't mean that you lose like authenticity or whatever. But it's just like, if you want to make money on this level and you want your music or your whatever to reach, this is the trade-off. You have to incorporate a little bit here.
Well, it's
'Cause
like with
that's just how it
sponsors
works.
and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, you may be a sponsor of a brand, but if, say, the brand was to say, oh, pull a Nestle and do a bunch of heinous stuff in Africa and or this or that
Yeah.
or whatever, go on to say just absolute garbage. It's like you're not the one saying that, it's the company and vice
Yeah.
versa.
Mhm. Yeah. So I don't know. It's really, I mean, I don't know. I don't really see it as a good thing or a bad thing. I
Mm-hmm.
think at the end of the day, like this person has a huge opportunity and their
Mm-hmm.
life is going to be changed forever. And I think that's ultimately good. And also, I think that she has kind of demonstrated that she's not a terrible person. Because I think a lot of people were expecting her to blow up and then she
Mm-hmm.
was just going to be like a horrifying racist or whatever. And
Yeah, or
she's
turn
actually just
into,
like a normal person. And
yeah,
it's like, hey, that's good. It's kind of
that's good.
unfortunate that we have to like pray that people aren't racist, but
And pray for
um,
and prey upon people's downfalls. Like,
yeah.
god dang, there's a lot of that going on. A lot of
Yeah,
that.
no, this last few weeks,
Month.
it's this whole month
This whole
has
month.
been crazy.
Because you got
And yeah.
Dr. Disrespect, which got
Hmm.
that, like, the fact that it was like 4 years ago,
Yeah.
or the initial incident was 4 years ago, is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy that, and I mean, I know this has been beaten to death, but that like Twitch knew
Mm-hmm.
enough about this.
Oh, yeah, Twitch knew.
Yeah, it's just like there's so much of that going around. I mean, look at what just happened with Ava Tyson and all that stuff, and that's horrifying. Um, but
What's
God,
his,
there's just so
what's their
many.
name from Mr. Beast? Or we're probably thinking of the same person.
Well, yeah, Ava
Yeah,
Tyson.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, and I don't know, man. It's just like I'm glad that I'm not a pedophile.
Yeah. I think the closest thing that we have is acid in the Discord, but I think we've established enough. We've established
Yeah.
enough.
No. I know.
Like
I know.
I've even gone on record on here. It's like we established enough that everything is a joke. For God's sakes,
Well,
we respect him enough to keep that boundary.
so the way that I've always looked at it, I've talked about this ad nauseum. Magic
Mm.
reference, by the way.
We'll get into that in a second.
But so my perspective on this, and I made sure that this is clear from the start. And I know Stingray is one of our friends and whatever, but I know, and you know what? Maybe I shouldn't even really say Stingray, but I already have. But like, if somebody is hanging out with us and they're underage, like,
Yeah.
I don't think you have to just like immediately go Taylor Swift mode and like
No.
appeal to.
No.
But you do have a responsibility as an adult to look at what things you're saying to this person.
Oh yeah.
And realize that you do have an influence,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And
Totally.
I always wanted to, because I know it's like, as much as I'm, an adult man who has to be scared of the law, but I also have to talk to Stingray and just be like, talk to this person, this random person on the internet,
Yeah.
and be like, how do you feel? Because, like, looking at the Ava Tyson situation, the person who is the alleged victim has come forward and said, I'm not a victim. But also, buddy, you're a victim. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
if you feel like one or not. You are one.
Mm-hmm.
And you have been affected by this because you're a child who
Yeah.
was exposed to things that child should not be exposed
Mm-hmm.
to. And it doesn't matter. Like, and that's why, like, I tell him that too. I'm like, hey, I know how you feel on a certain thing, but I can't
Yeah.
be like that because
Yeah. No.
that's not like you.
Yeah, we can
Like
give like
I
advice and like say, oh,
yeah
like I don't want to say like the way that Drake kind of staged, like, oh, he was helping with Millie Bobby Brown with like advice, like boys, quote unquote. But like,
you can't.
We
Do
can't.
that,
We
you know?
can't. We can't.
You have to look at it on the outside, and the thing that
Mhm.
always like, I'm like, if I was their parent
Mm-hmm.
and I saw this, what would I think?
Yeah.
Even with all my knowledge on the internet, I had friends that were older than me when I was a kid. And I think, like, you know, when I was 15, 16, I said, well, I felt like an adult, or at least some sort of an adult, where I felt like I had agency and
Mm-hmm.
control over what I did online. But I really didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 25 now. And looking back at myself, I'm like, you know, you really didn't know everything.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know everything about yourself. You didn't know everything about how to talk to people or deal with uncomfortable situations and pressures of the internet or whatever, especially when you want to stay anonymous and
Mm-hmm.
not give out your full name to everybody.
Yeah.
Um, I'm like, dude, I respect the hell out of that.
Yeah. I still think about things that I've done like year less 2-3 years ago about like, oh, that was stupid. I wish I knew blank then because I would have done that. Then
Yeah. So it's just like that's the thing is it's like I don't want to treat you like a kid, but you are a kid. Like that
Exactly.
is like you are. There
You
is no
are.
way around that. I'm not gonna baby you,
Mm-hmm.
but like you are literally a child.
You're a
And
child.
like there is a certain responsibility.
There's a,
Like again, I think like if I had kids on the internet, I'm okay if they have
yeah.
adult friends, but I need to know what they're saying to you.
Yeah,
I
and
need to know
and
what
and
you guys are
draw the
talking about.
line. Draw
Yeah,
the line.
because I need to meet these people, you know? And I need like it's just like you just have to like talk to your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Internet safety is actually really
Oh,
easy.
yeah.
But you just you can't like you just have to be there, you know? You just have to be there a little bit
Yeah,
and
just
just
a
talk
little
to
bit.
your kid. And that's like that fixes I mean,
That's the whole thing.
that's parenting there right there. You just have to talk to your kid. It's not hard. It's one thing if your kid is not talking to you, but you can't, you know, like
Yeah.
there's like think of how many people in our generation grew up with unimpeded internet access and
Oh,
have seen
Jesus.
ISIS beheading videos. I haven't. Thank
I
God.
haven't either.
But
Thank
it's just
God.
like that happens. That happens to like kids who are 12, 13. There are kids on Twitter who are like 10 years old, and it's like, you should not
You
be
should
here.
not be here.
You should
I don't
not.
get
Who
that.
is letting you here? Who's letting you on here? And it's like, kids need to be able to explore on their own, sure.
Yeah.
But like, you gotta supervise a little
Yeah,
bit.
I don't think I got an email until I was like 10 years old.
Right, yeah. And you know what? Like, violent video games. Beaten to death forever. You know what my take has always been on that? Like, obviously, like, you know, my parents were like, well, we don't really want you playing, like, Call of Duty or something until you're, I don't know.
Yeah, like, whatever.
And my parents they weren't really so much about, like, hard age restrictions, but they were kind of just like, well, you kind of need to just show that you're old enough for this, you know? Because my brother was watching horror movies when he was a kid. But it was because he wanted to, and he wasn't getting like crazy. Well,
oh yeah, it wasn't.
Maybe he was affected by it, but like you know,
but not like losing his mind over it.
And obviously that wasn't like Saw. They weren't letting him watch Saw, you know. But it's just like
God, I wouldn't want to watch Saw. Jesus.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. I'm not a big fan.
I'm not a
I'm
not a fan of huge gore.
Yeah. But like. You just gotta talk to your kids, but you also just have to literally just do like a basic level of just research. You know? Like parents' guides.
Yeah, because I know we're both
those are cringe, but like, and a lot of times they're written by some like crazy evangelical Christian mom who's like Harry Potter is satanic, and there's always gonna be that, but. Like, you can talk to other people and be like, hey, like, should a child watch this? And they can be like, no, or you can do it yourself. Because I can, you know, like,
You can hop
I
on
got
Fortnite
scared
right
at
now.
movies. I got scared at movies all the time when I was a kid, even if they weren't horror movies.
Me
But it's just
too.
like, and violence in video games, like, when I was a kid, I didn't really seek it out. I didn't really like it. I
Yeah.
felt yucky when I would see violence like that. And it depends
Mm-hmm.
on what it was. I remember when Happy Wheels was first a thing. I was at this like Lego Mindstorm summer camp, and this kid started
Oh
playing it,
gosh.
even though we weren't allowed to. And I was like really like
Throw back. Yeah.
anxious about it. And I was like, oh, this is like, guys, you shouldn't be playing this. This is like violent as hell, as heck, actually, as I would have said
Oh.
back then. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I was so
Oh my
like
god.
opposite of a sailor back then. But yeah, I don't know. Like, so nowadays I'm fine, but like, you just got to talk to your kids about how they feel. And like, if your kid wants to play a violent video game,
Yeah.
I mean,
think.
you have to figure out if it's okay
Yeah.
in your mind too, but I don't know.
I think my biggest example, and we're both kids of like parents who've been in the military. I think when I got Borderlands 2, because I'm like, oh, it's it's more about like collecting fun. It's more about the comedy. But then I think my dad saw the back. It's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
But it's at the same time, it's like I knew what was going on. It's like I understand that this isn't realistic.
Right.
When you die, you die.
Yeah. The reality.
The reality.
That's right. Because that's another like anti-argument is like, well, if they play violent video games, they're going to be violent in real life. My mom played GTA 5 and she went straight to the beach and started running people over in a car. My mom is like the nicest person on planet Earth. It's a game, like we understand the difference. But that's the thing, as a kid, a kid may understand. I mean, it's not hard to figure that out. But just talk to your kid and be like, hey, how do you feel about this? This is not real. But it's just like,
you gotta talk to your kids.
Just like, if you are a good parent, you might know a little bit about your kid.
You might.
You might. And like, you can't, like, kids are human beings. Like, they're becoming their own person. It's like, you won't know everything about them.
Oh yeah, no.
You kind of have to figure that out. You have to talk to them and get to know them. But that's how this problem gets to be a problem. It's because your kid grows up a little bit, and you
don't watch them, you don't monitor and know.
Now he wants autonomy. Like, cool. I remember when I was a kid, I didn't want my parents.
I didn't want my autonomy till I was 6.
You know what? Your parents taking away a little bit of your autonomy saved your fucking life, dude. Like, it saved you from a lot of horrendous stuff that you may have, avoided.
Well, speaking of children's stuff, children's cardboard. We're gonna open up some magic cards.
Actually, it's not for children. So.
It kind of is, but it also not.
I don't know. I think it's for everyone.
Let me see.
Yeah. I think it's an all ages event.
Oh yeah, I definitely remember when I started, like, this kid in like 5th or like, elementary would just come in, and I don't know what is it with like very young kids that like are very like they get hyper fixated with like one thing, and they're just so fucking good at it. It's like with Fortnite. It's like,
I believe that they
God
have a word
damn.
for that. It is called autism.
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
You can roll that kind of autism.
You can roll that. That's crazy. Oh, this is crazy. The magic cards. Wait, what? Huh? What the
Did you get
fuck?
a token?
I don't know how this pack works. Oh, it's a trap pack. Okay, it's a trap pack. Okay, we're good. It's Ixalan set booster. I don't know why the land is in the front. Let's see what we got. We got a hidden courtyard. We got a Relic's Roar. We got a rampaging spine boy, acrobatic leap, I'm just gonna skip some of these because they're sticking to each other. We got this cat man. Got a helping hand. You give me a helping hand. Sit in silence. Oh God! Get this guy out of here! Yeah, get lost.
Get lost. Hey, that's a good one.
Hurl it to history.
Hurl it to history. Don't people really like that one?
Let's see what hurl into history does.
Well, I don't think it was huge. I think it was just like it was like some other version of a different one.
Because like you're the owner of it gets 2 treasure tokens. It's basically a source of plowshare, if anything. But honestly, I'd rather not.
Get lost is better because no one uses map
hiding
tokens.
nursery. I mean, treasure tokens you can use a lot.
Yeah.
Out of air, runaway boulder, brazen blaze master, whatever, bloodthorn flail. Hey, look, hurl into history. Inverted iceberg.
If you like.
Sure. Bucketeek.
Dude, what a good
epic.
Card.
Epic. That's over the edge. That one goes over the edge.
I think that Osier Patik sent me over the edge.
He's edging right now. If you don't know. Okay, I gotta do this backwards. I gotta do these backwards.
Dude, I opened so much Ixalan.
Oh, look at that. Exsanguinate. That's pretty cool.
Hey.
Herald of the Host. You got a Burnish Heart. Jesus Christ. Deadly Thriving Isle. Assistant. Twisted Abomination. Thriving Bluff. Feels like there's so many cards in this. I mean, it's a draft booster, so that makes sense. Makeshift Munitions. Shipwreck Dowser. Champion of the Flame. Cadaver Imp. Campfire. Or CAMPFARESONG song.
Is that Commander Masters you're opening?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because of the little heart symbol.
Yeah. But then I remember you said draft. I was like, oh, well, when was the last time I heard that?
Rejuvenating Springs. Granzo.
Ooh.
There was a lot of uncommons in there. Jesus Christ. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 uncommons.
I think Zeta was one of the best cards in Balmor ever. Just because it copies spells, yeah.
Ball and more.
Ball more, ball less.
Ball less.
Never ball less, usually. Man, we covered some really heavy topics tonight, I feel like.
Your mom?
Not really. I don't think internet safety is really that heavy, but...
Nah. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
No, and it's actually super easy.
Here we are.
You have to be stupid to fuck it up.
I'm stupid.
I'm stuff.
Together we're stupid stuff.
Yes, sir.
We are
I love doing stupid stuff.
Wait. But I'm stupid stuff.
I'm stuff. Oh, you know what? Actually, while we're talking about magic cards, I'm just gonna pull this out because there's a couple cards from the newest set, not Bloomborough, but that I wanted to point out, and I know that I talked about this already. I gotta find out. I shuffled them in here. But I grabbed a couple cards for Niv Mizzet.
Niv Mizzet, really Niv Mizzle and the Lizard Whizzle.
Yes. I think they look fantastic, though.
I think I might have had a brain aneurysm.
Because they dropped significantly in price recently because of Modern Horizons. Oh, here they are. Oh, they're right next. Oh, maybe I didn't.
They're kissing.
I made a couple changes to the deck. What else did I change?
So while he's talking, I'm trying to find his stuff.
Actually, there was something else that I realized about the key to the vault. This is in my Urza artifact deck.
Yeah, I
Whenever
think
a quick creature deals combat damage to a player, look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may exile a non-land card from among them
Among
and play
Us.
it without. But what I didn't realize, so I was using that for artifacts. I didn't realize non-land means anything that's not land.
Anything.
So I put in Niv Mizzet because I'm like, dude, equip that to Niv Mizzet.
Mm-hmm.
I can just look at the top 5 and play something for free. But I
Ooh.
grabbed these.
Yeah.
What's that? A ruby medallion and a sapphire medallion, and would normally be super
Crazy.
expensive, and now I got these for like $8
Yeah,
total.
literally a year ago they were worth like 20, and now they're
Look
worth
at how
like
cool these look, dude. Like these are that's such a
the
cool.
sapphire or not
Yeah,
the ruby medallion is the most expensive at like $3.50.
yeah. That kind of surprised me, but it also makes sense because it's red.
Yeah, and like red is in a
But
lot of modern decks.
yeah, right.
Same with
It's really
blue.
good for
But
like aggro decks, I
yeah,
think. Too. So, yeah, that makes sense. Like that didn't really
perhaps
surprise me
dollars.
too much. But then I'd grabbed those other artifact cards for Urza.
Get them out of
Which
here.
I don't need to whip those out right now, but
Zip.
now I've got the classics though. I've got Kuldotha Forge Master and Academy Manufactor.
Have I gotten anything?
And I think those are gonna probably combo really well, especially with transmutation fonts.
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like such a nerd right now talking about it.
Well, I just filmed another deck tech speedrun earlier today. It's not coming out till next week. But I just like it's gonna be good. And now I need to film some video of me playing a game, a certain particular game, because it's in the deck's name. If you know, you know. Uh, but in that deck, there's a lot of like good, even though it's like a mono color deck, there's a lot of like, oh, here's some cool interactions. It does a lot of the stuff of what the tribe wants to do, but it's also here's some funny shenanigans. And even like looking through the deck list, I found one of the cards. It's like, this is good for a lot of decks. How is this not in more? Because like,
Yeah.
I think the card is Simulacrum, where it's like, oh, whatever damage that you've taken this turn is like redirected onto one creature, and then obviously whatever happens after that is on you or whatever. But like, you can basically kill yourself and say like, nah,
Oh my god.
I
Oh,
win.
wow.
So like, you could bolas a Citadel yourself, play that, and then
That's crazy.
yeah, it's actually wild.
That's a cheap card too.
It's cheap. It's like 35 cents. I'm like, even in the video, I'm like, this should not be right. It's
That's
like
crazy.
it's such a like even for like a stuffy doll or whatever it is, it's like it's indestructible. And whatever damage is dealt to it is like sent to like a different opponent. So it's like, interesting. Actually, I think
That's kind of why
that card. I thought I got that
Shield
card
of the
recently.
Pariah is so good. And I don't know if it's still in Urza, but I know I put it in there and it was really good because I could have like a huge like Simulacrum synth artifact dude, put a Pariah's shield on it, and it's like a 20/20. Then anytime anyone touches me, it does damage to that, doesn't kill it, and then I'm safe.
Unless if it's Death Touch. Whoopee.
That's true. Well,
yeah.
Well, so
I think it would still be treated as such because it is the creature. The creature.
Is Death Touch on combat damage or is it on damage?
I think on. Oh, good question.
Because that's the only thing.
Judge.
It basically deals damage, but I don't know if it's combat damage. I don't know.
Like if it was dealing outside of combat, it wouldn't.
I feel like
don't know.
I've dealt with this before, and I think I mean I feel like Death Touch still works, but
yeah,
I don't know because can't spells have Death Touch or something? Like, isn't there some commander that gives spells Death Touch?
Yes. Yes, I'm building her. Judith from the latest one. Or from Murders of Call Out Manor. I know I have her somewhere. Okay, it's in this one. I do.
Death Touch is a static ability that causes any amount of damage dealt by the source to a creature to be lethal damage. So, yeah, I think maybe you're
Judith
right.
Carnage
If it had Death
Connoisseur.
Touch. I think it depends on the wording of Pariah Shield, because if it says that the creature deals damage, or the damage is dealt to this creature instead, which I think is how it's worded, I think that would make sense. So I don't know. But it doesn't say that it attacks that guy, so I don't know. Well, no, I think it would work, because spells have Death Touch. That's
if
fine.
they do, if they did. Yeah, because like a big thing with Judith is like playing and the festivities, you deal 1 damage to your opponent and 1 to all of their creatures. Which is like, oh, that's just a board wipe for 2 mana. Or 1 mana or something like that.
That's crazy.
That's wild. You know what else is wild? How did you and your soon-to-be wife meet?
Well, I'll tell you. So, freshman year of high school, I'm trying to remember. I think we met technically at a football game. I can't remember if this was the first time we met or if this was, I don't know, but I don't even like really. I remember being like, "Oh my god, that was you there!" Like I didn't remember meeting her at the time.
Oh yeah.
But it was homecoming my freshman year. I had no friends. My mom was sitting with me at the football game, and then the dance was happening inside, and I didn't really want to go to the dance. But I did anyways. So my mom left because she was chaperoning. And so I was all by myself in the bleachers watching the football game. And so these girls come up to me, and for context, I was wearing my dark wash jeans, my dark sneakers, my bright red beanie, and my jet black nylon jacket. And
I could just imagine it. It's all black and a beanie.
It was so emo, yeah. But one of the girls was just like, "Hey, I like your style, blah blah blah." They were just saying hi, blah blah blah, like introducing themselves. And I guess Charlotte was there. I didn't realize that at the time, but that's technically how we kind of met. But I consider it more like because we were in a class together that year. It was a foods class, but we didn't really get to know each other too well. When we really became friends was, I want to say sophomore year, so 2015. We were in our history class together, and we were sat right next to each other. And we had like lockers next to each other too, kind of like separated because it was her brother, my brother, and then me. But we all had ST last names. So, yeah, so we sat next to each other in Western Civ, worked on some projects together, and that's kind of how we became friends, I suppose.
God damn.
So, yeah. It really, I think, had a lot to do with alphabetical organization because, yeah, I mean, that really put us in a lot of the same places. And I mean, when we graduated, we got to walk next to each other.
Oh yeah.
Like it just worked out alphabetical order that we were right next to each other in lines. So, that was kind of cool.
And now you can walk if you have to ever like walk in like a line like that again, you get to walk first.
The exact same place, yeah.
Yeah, you get to walk first.
Yeah, yeah, and we'll have the same last name, which is kind of cool because we've already seen it in writing a bunch because Charlotte took a job as curator at the museum.
Oh yeah.
And you know, they were ordering plaques and like getting her email set up, and she was like, well, I'm changing my name in a month, so I
Might
guess
as
we should
well.
probably just do that. So yeah, so it's been like when I'm working there and I'm emailing her something, I am emailing my last name, which is funny because my email has always been at work, C Stoddard at whatever.
Oh no.
That's what hers is now. So like, not that I would get a job there that requires an email like that, but if I did, they'd have to think of something else for me now. Even though it's my name, I started with it. Like, come on, man. So yeah, I don't know, but that's kind of neat. I'm really excited.
Kind of meat.
A bachelor's dying.
You're dying. We're taking you out back.
Bro, yeah, someone call
I don't want. I don't want. I don't want to spoil it, but I think we might be. We got something planned. To I don't want to spoil it.
What do you mean by that? Okay,
It'll be his
I'm sure I'll find
last
out,
dance.
Okay, a stripper.
Mm.
No,
He'll be dancing, and all of a sudden, he won't be dancing. Or so they say.
Are you gonna kill me? Oh my god.
Mm, I mean, you did piss off the wizards. You did piss off those warlocks, and they had to deal with the wizards. Like, you knew
Well,
that.
they had it coming, man. They can suck my dick. I don't care.
I just tell the wizards that.
I will next time I see them, but their bitch asses are always casting illusion magic on me.
You know, yeah, I hate that they do cast illusion magic. Like, if you're gonna
So
be that
annoying.
cheap, like a lot of like, you just need a fucking brain to get past that illusion.
Yeah.
Like anyone with any sense in their mind, like, oh, here's this big castle in front of me. Yeah, it smells like a grassy field. Yeah, I know it's an illusion, dumbass. Like,
yeah.
I don't get that. Like, and the one thing I always hate, they're always saying what spell they're doing. They're always saying what spell they're doing. Like,
It's so
oh,
annoying. Like, get
it's
over
like,
yourself, bro.
get over yourself, dude. Like, like, if I'm in a party that doesn't cast spells, you
Yeah.
know, I do it as a courtesy so they know what I'm doing. But if like I'm going up against another wizard, oh, you know I'm not saying shit. Like, I could be healing them, I could be killing them, I could be sending something somewhere else. They don't know. Like, I could be shooting myself. Like, I don't miss.
You know what they say? If you don't know, then now you know.
Now you know. Now you see me. Now you don't. See, that's illusionary
now you see
magic.
me too.
They're making a third one. Apparently.
And they did not name it Now You Three Me.
Now you three me. Would it be now you... shit.
Or Now You Don't. Like, I don't know.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Dude, I'm so sweaty right now. Oh my god.
Ah. Real sweaty. You know why we take this into... Knees weak, palms are sweaty. Just vomit on your sweater already.
Mom's spaghetti. Yeah.
We should take this in the back. If you wanna go to you wanna see this happen live, you can go to twitch.tv/meltalurk, all one word, where you can watch not only the show happen live, you can interact and chat and do all the other stuff, but you can also see the after show where it's just stuff. You can also see me edit this live and then me do Naruto ninja practice. I guess. Who's your favorite Naruto guy?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh man. Probably.
And we're not saying like main characters.
Oh, not main characters.
Not main characters.
Man, why can't I remember? Who's the guy that has the dog? Why can't I remember his name?
Oh, Shikamaru.
Shikamaru, yeah, that guy.
I pulled that one out of my ass. I love him. I think
he's great.
I had one of the games for
I do think that I don't know.
It was one of the games for GameCube. It was basically like through the tournament thing when they were young, but Shikamaru in that game fucks hard, and I love him.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I think but Rock Lee though.
Oh,
Rock Lee.
Yeah, I take it back. Actually, no, he's fucking number one.
He's number one. Because dude does not use jutsu. He just
bro, literally,
goes.
he sucked so hard at being a ninja that he just became like one of the best ninjas ever. Just
out of spite.
Dude, I mean, you can't get better than when he takes those weights off and then he just fucking kicks ass. Yeah.
And even Garo's just like, huh?
Yeah. Huh?
And then Garo cheated and then he won. It's like, I like to thank Gradients for the use of their song Used to It. It's always been a joke that I've always say it that way. It's off of the album The Call. It's their first album. They're still working on their next one. I keep saying this. When will they release another song? I don't know. Fucking Darian takes too long in his shit, dude. Like, he has multiple projects. When I visited there last, he had someone's like senior project. I mean, they were already had it submitted, but like they wanted it mixed and like mastered after the fact. But it's like, brother, you have 7 projects and none of them are your own. But they have like played a lot of their album already in concerts before. So I'm still kind of waiting on that to be final. But yeah. Do you want to plug anything?
Follow me on Twitch at outsiderfm_. Join the Discord, which is linked on my channel as well. There's links to all my other stuff on my Twitch. Otherwise, you can find me on YouTube. And also check out Cardboard Cauldron, the magic and card gaming YouTube channel that I run with my friend Kyle. And we don't have anything up yet. We were working on something and then it didn't work out, but we're working on some more stuff. So check it out if you like cards and tabletop gaming.
Soon. Yeah. Well, as I look at the time right now, I gotta mute you. I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute you. Wait, I gotta actually go into a different screen so I can like deafen. You're muted. So, as I look at the time right now, he'll be back. If you're watching the after show, he'll be back. But as I look at the time, it's not midnight here anymore, but it's midnight somewhere else and he just left the screen. So, until it becomes midnight here once again, I'll see you later. But until then, bye-bye. God, these buns are... These things are chewy, but they're like hard at the same time. Bye-bye.